It is no secret that Chicago-based rapper King Von was known for spending his cash on the finer things in life. Though he lost his life in a devastating nightclub shootout in 2020, fans everywhere remember him not just for his music but for his expensive taste. Some of Von's purchases were so massive that it's probably safe to say that they cost more than your life. So what did this king buy with all of his money? That's what we're going to break down for you in this video today, and you won't even believe what he bought. We guarantee that we're about to blow your minds. Keep watching till the end of this video to learn all of the items King Von owned that cost more than your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into the video, subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks. Audemars Piguet wristwatch. The first item worth highlighting in King Von's collection was his Audemars Piguet wristwatch, a signature flex that this rapper could not go without. It cost King Von $105,000 to add this beauty to his collection, a chunk of change worth as much as a house for many folks. From an aesthetic point of view, this style is somewhere between steampunk and high society. The face of the watch has no numbers at all, but instead the Audemars Piguet surrounds itself with a rim of notches that indicate the time, a big notch indicating each hour, and 4 small notches in between to indicate 20-minute intervals. While it probably takes a little while to be able to tell the time accurately, for $105,000, it is definitely worth learning. The face of the watch is loaded with gold and silver cogs that show off its inner workings, each tick causing a slight shift in the overall aesthetic. The minute and hour hands, which are the only other moving parts on the wristwatch's face, are made out of a combination of platinum and silver. The covering surrounding the face of the wristwatch is decked out in gorgeous white diamonds, which not only cover the platinum surrounding the face of the watch, but the chain link strap of the piece as well. Until you see one of these in person, you cannot even begin to imagine the way it shines. Oblak chain. The piece that King Von was most known for by his fans was undoubtedly his Oblak chain, a piece he had custom made by Icebox for a whopping $200,000. This piece pays tribute to the name of the Chicago neighborhood, Oblak, which is known as one of the most dangerous parts of Chicago. He wanted to be sure to immortalize his former neighborhood by wearing a reminder of his survival and of where he came from around his neck. The Oblak pendant was first drawn out and designed exactly the way King Von envisioned it. He specifically made it clear he wanted the letter O surrounded with a 24-karat gold outline to make it 3D and stand out. The piece was then molded and cast into a clean yellow gold pendant and iced out in VVS diamonds. The piece was then flipped over and Von had Icebox laser-cut names of the people he most cared about into the back of the pendant. This Oblak chain definitely stands out and is a one-of-a-kind piece. There's definitely no mystery as to why it came with a $200,000 price tag. Ring collection. Towards the end of his incredibly short life, King Von was said to have amassed a pretty massive ring collection, with some experts estimating its worth to be over $500,000. His favorite piece from this collection was a ring with a thick band and a big star pendant on top, all of which were dripping with bright white diamonds. Made out of pure platinum, the piece was usually seen on King Von's pinky finger. But let's not forget that he had an entire collection, not just this one ring. King Von's ring collection included everything from classic bands to intertwined and bedazzled pieces. OTF chain. One of King Von's biggest single purchases was his OTF pendant and chain combination, which is estimated to have cost around $85,000 and was by far one of his favorites. This chain's pendant stands for the Only the Family musical group that King Von used to belong to. Just like the rest of his signature pieces, the OTF necklace was made of solid gold and then covered from top to bottom in only the most brilliant white diamonds and connected to a heavy link chain, which is also covered in diamonds. One thing is for sure, and it is that King Von was proud to celebrate where he came from. Flawless VVS diamond grill. What's a rapper without his grill? King Von was often seen sporting his flawless VVS diamond grill, which experts estimate was worth in the ballpark of $30,000. Just like with his jewelry collection, King Von took advantage of his deep pockets to flex with diamonds dripping all over his grill, which shined so bright it was probably difficult to look him directly in the eye. White Rolls-Royce Cullinan. How could we possibly talk about King Von's massive purchases without exploring his car collection, valued at over $1.2 million? One of the biggest highlights of King Von's fleet was his white Rolls-Royce Cullinan, worth a massive $330,000. Nothing says the peak of luxury quite like Rolls-Royce. The 2019 Cullinan came with a twin-turbo V engine, which means King Von could go from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds. The Cullinan uses an air suspension that utilizes a road-scanning camera that automatically adjusts the vehicle's height. The exterior of the vehicle says classic Rolls-Royce, but the inside includes leather-wrapped seats and a pop-up picnic table, redefining what it means to tailgate. White Rolls-Royce Wraith. If you've got money like King Von, why stop at one Rolls-Royce when you could have two? King Von's Rolls-Royce Wraith cost over $450,000. That price tag includes the same air suspension and V12 engine as his other Rolls, but also maintains a sporty ride, more nimble and quicker than its larger sibling. Rolls-Royce will customize this ride to your own personal specifications. So if you can imagine it, you can have it in your Rolls when it comes to exterior colors, interior themes, and special trims. Mercedes S600 Maybach. A rapper can't have a car collection without a Mercedes, and what model is more appropriate than the S600 Maybach? This fly ride cost King Von an estimated $200,000. Just like his pair of Rolls-Royces, King Von's Maybach comes fully loaded with a V12 engine, but rides like nothing short of a limo. The rear seats almost fully recline and tray tables in the rear center console pull out, so this car is designed for rest as much as it is for work. Riding around in the back of a Maybach S600 is like being driven around in international first class. $25,000 Cartier Santos VVS Diamond Watch. King Von really seems to have a thing for watches. The next timepiece on our list is a $25,000 Cartier Santos he purchased from Icebox. While this diamond bedazzled watch might seem like no big deal compared to his $105,000 Audemars Piguet watch, make no mistake that $25,000 for one watch is no small chunk of change. Cartier watches are expertly crafted and are known to be a worthwhile investment because they always retain their value over the years. We have to admit that with over $100,000 in watches, King Von shouldn't have had any excuses for ever being late. After reviewing King Von's biggest purchases, it's hard not to imagine what you would do with the same amount of cash. Each one of these massive flexes alone could pay for a house, and in some cases, two houses. What would you buy if you had that much money? Would you spend it on the dopest jewels and the flyest cars like King Von? Don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks.